Hello, everybody. It is me, Matthew Oliot. I'm doing a film review on the movie Nope. Give me 1 second. One of Jordan Peele's recent films that he made. It was made in, I want to say July 2022, this past summer, so this past year. And yeah, I'm going to go over what I need to go over. So at first we are set placed in 1996 with Jupe, I guess you could say one of the main characters. I guess you could say played by Steven Yeun or Yen. I don't know. I probably butchered butchered the hell out of that name. Peele shows us a film. Not said film. Lord, I cannot speak. He shows us this first scene of the movie with Jupe and this monkey, and how he tries to intertwine that dynamic is how Jupe and all the characters, I forget the sitcom that the movie was basically going over, but basically he wanted to put a big emphasis on how humans treat non-humans like animals. Like we just treat them poorly. That's why he showed us that in the first part of the movie, in the beginning. And then we are brought to present day, 2022, with the actual main characters, OJ and Emerald, which OJ is played by Daniel Kaluuya, and then Emerald is played by Keke Palmer. So amazing. Power to that woman. So beautiful. Love her. Sorry, got a little bit off track there. And then their father, Otis. Their father is a very well-known horse wrangler and everything. And Otis is more like his father, and Emerald is more not like her father. The reason why I say that is because OJ, Otis Jr., is more into horse wrangling than Emerald. Emerald is more of like a multi-talented person, like on a business aspect of the world and society, I guess you could put it like that. And then with OJ, he is more of a horse wrangler and has more values than, I guess you could say, his sister Emerald, because he wants to keep the legacy that his father had for horse wrangling throughout the movie, like the business keep it alive. But with Emerald, like she's very talented, but like she's very self-centered and very like pushing towards trying to gain fame and gain fortune off of different methods of, you know, I don't know. I'm just trying to say some things, but Nope is an alien movie at its core. I can say one thing is that Peele makes this movie like he tries to make it very much tied with an African American family, because in Hollywood history, it's black families aren't really portrayed or like shown in Hollywood cinema. So that's another thing. Um, what's next? Sorry. What did the director practically do well in addressing social messages? Um, I can say that for the social messages, it's similar with the microaggressions in Get Out, because some of them it portrays how it's like there's a shock factor, how the cultural compulsion with the presentation or representation of technology, how fame and fortune can westernize society as a whole, how also society has an impulse with fame and fortune. Um, it has a lot of little, like he's like basically he's to the main point Jordan Peele's trying to get across throughout this movie is like just seeded out or like scrambled out in like little bits and pieces. He wants you to really focus on the actual theme or the moral behind it. You know what I mean? So that's why I said like it's a spin. It's a spin, a little bit of paranormal and all this creepy stuff, but it also has social messages throughout it with colored people at the same time. You know what I mean? Um, the moral of it, I will say, nope. Very much, very much, very much uses commercialism. I swear. I swear. Especially with Jupe, because in the scene or in the trailer of Nope, he gives this extreme example on how he's he's using a horse to bait well, you know what, I already said it. He's using a horse to bait out a phenomenon, basically. I'm not gonna say what the phenomenon is, but that's what he's using it for. What else? There was another question. I was looking at the rubric. What were others? What had like an impact on me? I would say that it made me more self-aware of how like in real life, like it really correlates how society is now. Like very much westernized modern society. We do things to pull attention, try to gain fame, fortune, money, or profit throughout. No matter what way or how we're gonna do it, there's some sort of method that people are trying to do. It just gives us self-awareness and self-precautions behind the consequences of doing stuff like that. Because for me, I feel like we're so preoccupied with trying to obtain fame. It's like, damn, like why not like that's cool and all. Like okay, I can understand that, but it's also like okay, you guys sit there and realize, all right, like, is there a actual like intention, a good intention, like a right or a wrong with it? That's the type of impact that had on me. Like, and another impact I guess you could say is like how Otis and Emerald aren't really taken seriously enough because of like their skin color. Like nobody like really believes them at first because they're African American. Of course, no one's gonna want to hear what they had to say is true, but it's true throughout the movie. Yeah, like this. I feel like another thing too with it is like it also shows how everybody's trying to reach a social status in the world, and then a status quo and all this in the third. And then for the theme of Nope, I will say this: the movie is about the dangers of mankind, and then how, like I said it before, how society is just trying to make profit or fame out of paranormal or phenomenon activities going on. And then, question 4. As a representative of the National NGO, what group of people would most benefit from this? That's a good question. I've tried to answer this question, Professor. I looked at it over and over. I watched the movie. I wanted to. This might sound silly. I wanted to say society as one of my answers, but I was trying to find a particular group. At first, before I said society in my head, I said NASA. But they already are exploring into like extraterrestrial activities already in space. But I guess I could say Western civilizations, or I want to say society today. Just with how it also like I would just use this film to shed light or enlightenment on how modern society as a whole, as a lesson to teach how people should take the precautions of trying to gain fame and fortune by doing certain stupid crazy things. I don't know, like for example, I remember there was one time where there was people trying to raid Area 51. Like that could be an example. Like just do paranormal situations. You know what I mean? Like I'm trying to like tie this in with human rights, but it's I should have picked a different movie. But I don't know. This movie really had an impact on me. Like it just by going over how things like this could actually exist. If you don't want to believe that aliens exist, that's totally fine. Me, I'm totally different with it. Everybody's entitled to their own opinions, but it does give a sense of, oh, what if this actually were to happen in the world? Like, it gives you like a just self-awareness, just of what could happen, what couldn't happen, just all of that. But I hope I answered that question the best I could. But I was trying to think of another group. I couldn't think of another group that would. NASA. I don't know. Damn. I'm stuck. But in conclusion, to say that this movie, Nope, was a great movie that I watched. It went over like the things that you would imagine as like you were a little kid or something. Like if you were 5 years old, like I felt like I was 5 watching this movie. It was funny because I was watching this movie with one of my little cousins too. So I was like, can't be watching this. This is like a horror movie. But then I realized it's just suspense and thriller. It's not like a hardcore thriller, but it had an impact on me with tying it to extra. Well, hold on, let me rephrase that. To paranormal activities, the microaggressions of how how society is westernized with technology, fame, fortune, trying to gain profit, commercialism, and how this can relate to real life is how, like, sometimes we don't even know what's actually going around in the world. So I feel that also ties with it, like how if this were real in real life, it'd be like, oh, damn. Like, oh, things are going around. This, like, this, that, and the third. Oh my God. I feel like that also has a part to play with it. But I will say this: there was one more thing that I saw. I wrote down. Give me a second. What was it? Oh, in the beginning. Okay. So Jordan Peele put this quote, and he says, "No begins with a paraphrase verse." I searched this up because I really wanted to put this in the video. I was watching because I watched the movie. Obviously, like I watched it on Wednesday, but I was like, "What does this actually mean?" In the first 5 seconds of the film, and he paraphrased the verse, and it was from Nam 3:6, using the New King James Version, which reads, "I will cast the abominable filth at you, make you vile, and make you a spectacle." What do you think this means? And it took me a while. I feel like with the movie, a spectacle, fame, fortune, right? Commercialism. I feel that also has an entitlement with, or intertwines with that concept that Jordan Peele is trying to get across, of how society tries to gain profit or advertisement through anything, fame and fortune. Those are my two main points, I guess you can say, throughout this video, is just how fame and fortune and everything else is just tied within that realm of everything in this movie. And then I think that's all I got. Thank you for listening, everybody. I really tried my best to tie this with human rights. I hope I did. This is 13, almost 14 minutes long. I hope everybody has a great day. I'm going to tell the professor not to put all of this because it is long as hell. Play the first 2 minutes, but I hope she really enjoys this video, and I hope she watches this movie or not. If she doesn't, it's okay. And yeah. Bye, everybody.